What if I told you there was a time when reaching the moon sounded crazier than science fiction? For thousands of years, humans looked up to the sky and wondered what was out there. The moon was mysterious, untouchable, far beyond oceans, mountains, and kingdoms. No human had ever left Earth. No one knew if it was even possible. But in the 20th century, that impossible dream became a challenge, and two rival superpowers wanted to be the first. The race to the moon had begun. What follows was a story of genius, danger, sacrifice, and one giant leap that changed history forever. This is how humans first reached the moon. After the World War II, the world was divided between two powerful nations, United States and the Soviet Union. The rivalry became known as the Cold War. They competed in weapons, influence, and space. In 1957, the Soviet Union shocked the world by launching Sputnik 1 launch, the first satellite in space. Then they sent the first human into orbit, Yuri Gagarin. America was behind. The pressure was enormous. And in 1916, John F. Kennedy made a bold promise. America would land a man on the moon before the decade ended. At the time, the technology was barely existed, but the mission had begun. To reach the moon, humans needed machines more powerful than anything ever built. Thousands of engineers, scientists, and workers joined NASA. They designed rockets, computers, and life support systems, navigation tools, and spacesuits. Nothing could fail. Even tiny mistakes could kill an astronaut hundreds of thousands of kilometers from Earth. Many earlier missions tested capsules, docking systems, and survival in space. There were setbacks, explosions, crashes, and tragedy. In 1967, three astronauts died during the Apollo 1 fire during a launch rehearsal. The nation mourned, but NASA continued. They improved safety, redesigned systems, and pushed forward. Then came the giant rocket that could carry humanity to the moon, the Saturn V. It stood taller than a 36-story building, and it had power to shake the Earth itself. In July 1969, the world watched. Three astronauts were chosen for the most dangerous mission in history. Neil Armstrong, Commander; Buzz Aldrin, Lunar Module Pilot; and Michael Collins, Command Module Pilots. On July 16, the Saturn V roared to life at Kennedy Space Center. Millions watched on television. The engines ignited. The flames exploded beneath the rocket. Then slowly, the giant machine lifted off. Apollo 11 was on its way. For 4 days, the astronaut traveled through deep space towards the moon. Inside the spacecraft, every move mattered. One wrong calculation, one mechanical failure, and they might never return. Then the moon grew larger in their windows. Humanity had arrived. Once in a lunar orbit, Armstrong and Aldrin climbed into the lunar module, Eagle. Collins remained alone in the orbit above them. As Eagle descended, problems appeared. Computers' alarm sounded. Fuel was running low. The planned landing area was dangerous, filled with rocks. Armstrong took a manual control. He searched for a safe spot. Second of fuel remained. Then came the words the world was waiting for. Houston Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. Cheers erupted in mission control. Hours later, Armstrong descended the ladder. He placed his foot onto the moon's surface and said, "That's one step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." Soon Aldrin joined him. They walked, collected samples, planned the American flag, and conducted experiments. For the first time in history, humans stood on another world. After their mission, Armstrong and Aldrin returned to Eagle. They launched from the moon and rejoined Collins and began the journey home. On July 24th, Apollo 11 splashed safely into the Pacific Ocean. The world celebrated. More than 600 million people had watched the parts of the mission, a record at the time. The moon landing proved something extraordinary. Humans could achieve what once seems impossible. It inspired generations of scientists, engineers, dreamers, and explorers. Computers improved, technology advanced, space exploration expanded, and the moon landing became a symbol of courage, intelligence, and ambition. Think about it. In less than 70 years, humanity went from the first airplane flight to walking on the moon, a journey from the sky to the stars. And perhaps the most powerful lesson of all was this: if humans could reach the moon, what else could we do next?